some best I'ma add to you. They're on the avenue and I ain't never seen no one bad as you. Maybe I'm savage too. They can't disrespect you, I gladly. I don't play about man, I don't care. I'm addicted to you and it's clear. I like the way your body is. Is that too obvious? Okay, I like your confidence. Oh, that's what good comments. Okay, like Kalani's. Glad you like Kalani's. Okay, get where the party is. Right here where the party is. You better start a whole fire, now I'm on fire, I need someone, I need Tyler, I need Ramoni, Rebecca, Serena, Selena, let's start a whole choir, I like the way that you...
What a look for some of the Kings players as they entered their building tonight. Here at home, they like to make an impression. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. And the starting group for the Spurs. Chris Paul is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then it's Drexel. Then it's Kareem. And it's Issel in at the power forwards position. And for Sacramento, they've got Gilbert Arenas. Pau Gasol is out there with Wembanyama. Then it's Roy. And it's Wagner in at the 3 spot. Now that the new season is tipped off, Richard, how important is it to get things off to a good start?
I'd say it's fairly important, but this is a long season, Kevin. It's about sustaining a high level of play consistently.
Now here's Arenas. Wembanyama passes to Gasol. Outside Arenas. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from 14. Abdul-Jabbar grabs the miss. And it's Drexler with the ball for San Antonio. And it's Paul penetrating. Rebound Roy.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Now here's Brown. Outside, Drexler. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
Now, here's Wagner. To the paint, Abdul-Jabbar with the steal. Paul for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. He talked about how they plan to deal with Jaylen Brown. He said Brown's explosive off the dribble, so we have to have bodies in front of him, be physical with him, stay connected with him at all times. We'll see if they can keep Jaylen in check. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. 5 to shoot. There's Wagner with the 3. Hands it from downtown.
And because of that versatility, Wagner with so many options offensively.
For San Antonio, they've gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Now, here's Brown. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Wanting it more. Jaylen Brown, this man competes. And teammates, they take notice of things like that.
Wagner passes to Arenas. Driving inside. And he banks in the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Brown, no good. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Now, here's Brown. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
Six on the shot clock. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And the balance Brown has on these takes, refusing to let the D get the upper hand.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And last season, he was a 70% free throw shooter, something I'm sure he'd like to improve.
Richard, when you talk about Jaylen Brown, many scouts felt he'd never be a #1 level option offensively. But he's proven some people wrong.
Kevin, many scouts have been wrong many times. The question has been answered. He wasn't a great shooter when he first came into the league, and his ball handling also needed to improve. But now, both of those are strengths in his game.
Here's Paul, following the basket by Gilbert Arenas. Over Arenas. Paul's shot is off.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Wagner outside. Back to Wembanyama. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
The Kings trail by 4. Arenas passes to Wembanyama. Back to Arenas. Gasol, a screen on Paul. Down low. And finished off by Gasol.
And it's really smart to get Gasol moving in these pick-and-roll plays. He's not only an amazing passer, but a terrific scorer as well.
Now here's Paul. Still scoreless. Roy against Brown. "11 feet away. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Kings have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. To the inside, Gasol. And he hits it to tie the game up. Gasol's got his second basket of the night.
And this is where you feed Gasol. The deeper positioning he can get, the more aggressive he becomes.
Kicks it out to Drexler. Pass to Whistle. Right side, Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Drexler. Gasol with the rebound. For Sacramento, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Gasol, a screen on Drexler. Wagner passes to Gasol. And that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar. Paul against Arenas. Bounce pass from Paul. Inside. Abdul-Jabbar with the ball. Working on Gasol. Kicks it out to Drexler. Lets the 3 fly. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's Roy. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, never shy about mixing it up inside. Roy, a great finish.
Brown outside. Abdul-Jabbar sets the pick for Brown. And another one!
And he's now scored the second most points in NBA history. And don't expect him to stop there.
Year to year to year, his consistency of excellence dominates the sports headline.
And you think about what it means to pass up someone like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And now to be chasing LeBron. That's as newsworthy as you can get.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Here's Arenas. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Just cooking the D inside. Arenas blows by the contact.
Paul kicks to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Driving the lane. Drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Brown's got it all tied up now for San Antonio. Ball against Arenas. Wembanyama looking it over. Arenas against Paul. Arenas kicks to Wagner. A wide open look for Gasol. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Gasol's got 7 points in the game.
There's so much versatility to Gasol's game, including the soft touch from distance.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Abdias checked in for Gasol. Trey Murphy comes in for Franz Wagner. Dennis Johnson's checked in for Brandon Roy. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Gilbert Arenas. Now, here is Haywood. Back to Paul. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And it's Abdia off the drive. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Spurs second.
It was true team basketball we saw out of them. Always willing to work together. No one making himself bigger than the team.
That free throw good from Avdia. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Spurs trail by 4. Here's Westphal. Pass to Paul. Here is Haywood. Here's Westphal. Fires the 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. To the middle. Stolen by Haywood. Out left to the wing. Avdia against Paul. To the wing on the left. Here's Westphal. He has yet to score. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Avdia, the pass to Johnson. Pass to Wembanyama. Second chance effort, and the layup is up and in.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for San Antonio. 6-point game. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. Now here's Johnson. Following the shot by Kareem. And that one's good. Wembanyama.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
Pass to Westphal. And here's Haywood. Here's Westphal. Inside, here's Paul. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
To the paint. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Spurs trail by 8. Paul outside. Pass to Westphal. Shot to stop the run. Hits the three-point bomb.
He's got 1 to 4 to start the game. Looking to step it up.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter. Wembanyama, a screen on Paul. Lowry against Paul. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Kings making a change here. Sarge checked in.
And you know, Lowry, the consummate floor general, his leadership on the court and in the locker room really brings this team together and makes them an effective unit.
Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Johnson. Here's Shaneen. That's tipped.
Sharp defensive instincts from the rookie. Sarr using those long arms to knock that one away.
Sacramento shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
That one is no good. The Kings come into this one following a loss to Dallas. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Lowry. To the inside. And the dunk by Abdul-Jabbar.
And not much you can do defensively once Kareem gets the ball in that close. Too much height, too much talent.
Lowry against Paul. Outside Lowry. Sarr sets the screen for Lowry. Again, the miss by the Kings. And so it's Sacramento bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So and hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Kings.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And also, they're doing something you don't see as much anymore, and that is converting time and time again from the mid-range.
On the court for San Antonio, they've got Abdul-Jabbar. Jaylen Brown out there with Paul. Then there's Drexler. And it's Gugliotta in at the 4. Roy kicks it over to Arenas. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. That's in, coming off an assist from Arenas. Gasol's got 9.
And you can tell Arenas just has that ability as a distributor. He can pick out the ready shooter and get them the rock.
And it's Brown missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Sacramento leading by 7. Wembanyama passes to Arenas. Over Paul. Arenas can't hit. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Drills the three-pointer. Brown's got 5 points now this quarter.
One of the premier scoring wings in the NBA, Jaylen Brown is at it again.
Wagner outside. Misses the 3. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Raptors. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Drexler.
One of the best passers of all time. Paul relishes setting the pace and finding his open teammates.
Roy passes to Wagner. Pass to Wembanyama. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
A glance around the floor pays off, and Wagner spots the open man.
Paul passes to Drexler. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Roy. Brown outside. Gasol pulls it in. Gasol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Wagner passes to Arenas. Kicks it out to Wagner. Back to Arenas. Slam dunk by Arenas.
And such creativity from Arenas. Some of the ball handling moves he pulls out are just unguardable.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And the Spurs making a change here. Here is Paul. Scoreless thus far. Got a piece of it. Here's Arenas. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
San Antonio with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Brown. Over Roy. And off the front iron. And in it goes. Brown's got 7 now in this quarter.
And each year, it seems Brown keeps getting better at shooting the ball, especially from the mid-range.
Roy dishes to Arenas. Knocks down the 3 ball. Arenas has got the lead up to 10 now for the Kings. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Drexler passes to Paul. Here's Issel. Spurs passing it around. The shot by Abdul-Jabbar. Nobody around. Bounces high off the rim and flops.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Roy with the block. And he gets it back. And there it is for him. Paul's got his first basket.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Roy up on top. He's covered by Brown. Here's Drexler. Rejected by Gasol.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
Tips it. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for the Kings. They've led by as much as 10.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Brown against Roy. 6 to shoot. And they double up Brown. A 3 from Drexler. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Wagner outside. Back to Arenas. From downtown, it falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Victor Wembanyama, number 1.
It happened so often. I'd say to myself, there's no way he can get to that shot, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it go down as another block.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Down low, here's Drexler. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Kings leading now by 8. It's Wembanyama at the elbow. Richard, during his rookie year, Victor Wembanyama had a game with 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, and 5 made threes, a 5-by-5 for the ages.
That was the first time someone put up those numbers in NBA history. Wemby is going to continue to do things we have never seen before.
Free throw good, Wembanyama. Well, some have argued that Wembanyama deserved Defensive Player of the Year consideration in his rookie year.
And, Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing.
Both good from the line that time.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Brown feeling out a bit. Inside, here's Abdul-Jabbar, and Kareem throws it down.
Love to see Brown facilitate out of the pick and roll, and I'm sure his coach feels the same way.
Arenas passes to Gasol. Over to the left wing. Outside, Arenas. Brown against Roy. Here's Wembanyama. Love the confidence from Wembanyama.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Brown with a screen on Arenas. Ball passes to Brown. Over Roy. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game. Wagner outside. Wembanyama sets a screen for Wagner. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. A 3 from Wembanyama.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Drexler, and Drexler throws it down hard.
How about the explosive vertical there? Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. Now Johnson. Nothing on the board. Pulls it from the elbow. Lowry can't get it to go.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Johnson surveying the floor. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Spurs trail by 8. Here's Chenier. And another basket for San Antonio.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Lowry against Paul. Here's Johnson. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. And the Kings lead by 8.
Oh, great feed by Lowry. He'd rather pick up an assist than score a bucket.
And Kareem throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Lowry against Paul. With the floater. Rebound San Antonio. Haywood's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Paul. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Lowry. And the dunk by Abdul-Jabbar.
One of the steadiest floor generals this game has ever seen. Paul consistently torches opponents out of the pick and roll.
Johnson kicks to Lowry. There's the screen. Here's Johnson.
And a chance here to check out some stats for Avdia. A very nice season for him last year. He was around 14 points a game last year. 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
I think if you talk to anyone on this team, they believe in his abilities about 1,000%.
The first free throw is good.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And with Dennis Johnson, you know you're going to get tenacity and intensity, especially on the defensive end. He mucks things up out there.
Pass to Paul. Pocket 6. Into the lane. Got a hand on it.
Just an ugly show from him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
And count it, this shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
That free throw good from Avdia. Spurs trail by 8. Pass to Haywood. 1:42 left to play here in the half. Here's Chenier. Now recovering. Abdul-Jabbar. A screen on Johnson. Here's Westphal. Here's Abdul-Jabbar.
Unstoppable tonight, as he is most nights. Jabbar has all the offensive tools, but it also keeps to a strict fitness regimen that allows him to wear people down.
Johnson with the bounce pass. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Good on the triple. Lowry's got his second bucket of the night.
Can't let Lowry get comfortable from beyond the arc because he's more than capable of hurting you from there.
Outside, Aguayo. Here's Westphal. He's guarded by Johnson. From outside the arc. And it's Westphal missing.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Good ball movement here by the Kings. Pass to Lowry. Oh, good on the 3.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
Here's Chenier. Now recovering. Here's Chenier. Puts up a deep 3. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Gilbert Arenas making things happen for the Sacramento Kings. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Pop. Facing a deficit in the second half, what do you tell your guys?
I think we just moved the ball a little bit. We were just on the dribble a little bit too much, and there's got a lot of pressure out there, so the ball's got to move.
Pop.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Checking out the Kings. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a tough start for the San Antonio Spurs.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look, Shaq.
Yeah, the only way to slow down a team with good scores is to disrupt their rhythm. Otherwise, you can fire up that barbecue.
Man, that was 1987 all over again.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. It's been a clinic from Gilbert Arenas.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
So it's Paul bringing it up for the San Antonio Spurs. 9-point game. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Pau Gasol. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. Then it's Brandon Roy. And it's Wagner in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Clock is at 3. And here's Brown outside. The long distance 3 is buried. Brown's got his team on the board first here in the second half for San Antonio. Outside Arenas. Pass to Gasol. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
The wherewithal from Gasol there, nailing the shot despite the tough defense all over.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
At the line for one, Pau Gasol.
What's up?
A truly skillful 7-footer. Pau Gasol doesn't just rely on his size to beat others to buckets and boards. There's a finesse to his game most big men don't possess.
And that's a foul called on Franz Wagner. That'll be his second foul of the game. Paul passes to Abdul-Jabbar. Back to Paul. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Arenas. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
So challenging trying to guard Paul, especially when he's slicing passes through the defense like that.
To the middle. Here's Arenas. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Roy's got his 3rd assist on the night.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Back to Paul. Sacramento grabs the miss. Gasol's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Arenas dishes to Gasol. Back to Arenas. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
A wide open look for Drexler. Second shot opportunity. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And when we talk about players who don't mind shooting with a hand in their face, Kareem's at the top of the list.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Kings leading now by 8. Wagner outside. Back to Arenas. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
And let's take a look now at Victor Wembanyama's numbers. coming off a terrific season. And he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
Clearly one of the best at what he does. Some of his highlight rejections were out of sight.
The mid-range is not an issue for Brown. It is just another weapon in his arsenal now.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Roy. Again, the miss by the Kings. Spurs trail by 6. Paul kicks to Brown. Fades. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They've led by as many as 11 points. Wembanyama deadly inside.
So fluid off the bounce. Wembanyama.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. To the paint. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. They get Paul Gasol.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Kings.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
6 to shoot. Roy kicks to Wagner. Over Drexler. That's good from Wagner on the assist by Roy. Roy's got 4 assists in the game. Spurs trail by 8. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
The Spurs shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Drexler with the block. Wembanyama sets a screen for Wagner. Takes the 3. Wembanyama. High over the top. Wembanyama.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Brown outside. Beyond the arc. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. In, and his hot hand continues. 10 of 11 from the floor, and looking for more. Kings leading now by 6. Roy, a screen on Paul. Arenas can't hit.
The D has to respect his range. He made 2 in the first half, and he's capable of draining even more here in the second.
Pass to Whistle. Spurs working the ball around now. Drexler, that's good.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Wembanyama, a screen on Paul. Didn't think that was going to go in. Arenas has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there may be more in store.
Gasol against Abdul-Jabbar. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you're talking about one of the most decorated superstars in the history of college basketball, but maybe the most impressive feat. He won 3 national championships, and Kareem has a way of affecting winning.
He's upped his aggressiveness, wanting to get to the line more, and doing just that.
Gasol passes to Roy. Gasol, a screen on Brown. Brown against Roy. This all setting the pick for Roy. From deep. Rebounded by the Spurs. Paul with the ball. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Wagner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's the aggressiveness they want Wagner to have. Force the defender into a tough spot.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break.
2 shots.
That's good from Wagner. Sacramento making some changes. Abdias checked in for Gasol. Johnson comes in for Brandon Roy. And it's Lowry in for Gilbert Arenas.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Lowry. Here's Paul over Lowry. Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to 6 in the bucket from Chris Paul.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside Lowry. Wembanyama sets a screen for Lowry. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Lowry's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And he is an elite-level decision maker. Lowry understands when to pass out of that pick and roll and when to shoot.
Here's Paul. Pass to Gugliotta. Back to Paul. 3-pointer. Trains the 3-pointer. Paul's got 5 points in the quarter.
Just simply automatic. Once that ball is in Paul's hands, he is ready to fire off a shot.
A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Great look there, but off target. Spurs trail by 6. Pass to Paul. To the inside. Gugliotta. Banked in off the glass. Gugliotta's got his first points of the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lowry against Paul. And it's Lowry penetrate. There's another block.
Step aside. We've got a new number 3 in career blocks.
There haven't been too many more staunch defenders in history than this man.
Only Akeem Olajuwon and Dikembe Mutombo are ahead of him. That's an intimidating pair. That's how strong he is as a defender.
Shot by Paul. Nobody around. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
When it took them a little while to get there, just goes to show as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
You got to give it up for Lowry's toughness. He's got that scorer's mentality. Some contact won't stop him from converting.
Johnson down low. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Kings lead.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Here's Westphal. Abdul-Jabbar, a screen on Johnson. No good from Abdul-Jabbar. Kings leading now by 5. Here's Avdia. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight. First one falls for him.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Some changes for Sacramento. Sars checked in for Victor Wembanyama. And it's Roy in for Wagner. Haywood the pass to Gugliotta. Pass to Westphal. Haywood against Roy. Here's Westphal. 1:14 left in the 3rd. Here's Chenier. Puts up a deep 3. Offensive rebound. And staying with the play, Abdul-Jabbar.
And so far are going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Here's Chenier. Covered by Johnson. Westphal. It's stolen by Lowry. Now Saar, still yet to score, and the basket is good.
Well, that's where you want Saar doing his work offensively. He is a tough cover in the paint.
Haywood against Roy. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The shot missing. Kings leading now by 6. On the wing, Brandon Roy. Outside Lowry. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Avdia. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor for San Antonio, Jaylen Brown out there with Chris Paul. Then it's Kareem, and it's Drexler, and it's Issel in at the 4 side.
Well, over 80% from the line for his career. You do not want to foul Franz in the act.
For your Kings,
Shoot 2.
Franz Wagner, taking 2 shots.
That's good from Wagner.
And right now at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Good on both.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Stepping to the free throw line for the Spurs.
And that one misses.
Abdul-Jabbar, 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Kings leading now by 7. Outside Gasol. Pass to Wagner. And that's rejected by Abdul-Jabbar. Inside, here's Wembanyama.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Roy against Brown. Pass to Paul. Takes it inside, and Gasol sends it back. Arenas passes to Gasol. Now Wembanyama. Second chance shot, and Gasol with the lay-in. Gasol's got the lead up to 11 now for the Kings.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards. Just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
Back to Brown. There's the pick. A 3-ball. Arenas with the rebound. Kings leading now by 11. Roy passes to Gasol. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Roy's got 6 assists now in the game.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Brown against Roy. Good. Nice job down low. Brown's got 9 points here in the second half.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. It's hauled in by Brown. And so Brown will bring it up for the Spurs. They trail by 11. Pass to Issel. Drexler with it. Down low. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Arenas. Kicks it out to Wagner. And the 3-ball is good. Wagner's got 5 points now this quarter.
That corner shot from Wagner, he must have been feeling it.
Paul passes to Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to Issel. over Wembanyama. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Hey, when you trust your shot like he does, it doesn't matter how much size you're giving up. He feels the mid-range in his territory.
Brown outside. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Brown's got 26 points. Call against Arenas. Pass to Roy. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Issel. Six on the shot clock. Here's Brown. Sacramento grabs the miss. Arenas goes in. And yes, it's good. Arenas has got 11 in the second half.
It's fun to just watch Arenas play. He's electric. Has his own style. What an explosive play right there.
Brown against Roy. Abdul-Jabbar in the post. Roy against Brown. Call outside. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Let's just say his subpar shooting is just one reason why they are trailing in this ballgame.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
And here's Drexler. Pass to Issel. Now here's Brown. He's looking for Abdul-Jabbar and finds him over Gasol. Count that one, and the Sacramento lead has been cut to just 9 on the basket from Abdul-Jabbar.
And just look at the grace, the agility, versatility that Jabbar brings to the center position. Can beat you in so many ways.
It's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. Clyde Drexler on the wing. He's covered by Arenas. Brown against Roy. Brown the pass to Abdul-Jabbar. And here's the fast break. Arenas leading the way. And so Sacramento again turning it over.
Third ball.
Spurs trail by 9. Pass to Brown. Roy with the block. And even 3-on-3 break. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Jaylen Brown.
A willingness to get physical. Roy takes the hit and still gets off the shot.
And the NBA last season, Richard, really emphasizing it's an 82-game league. And I know you love that.
Oh, that is my favorite thing. I was taught by the legends of the game that you go out there and play every single night that you can. At some point in time, the sports and science team realized that it is very difficult to be a professional. But I stand by. 82 games is an achievement that very few can achieve now.
And the first one drops.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see. And you have to appreciate the work ethic that Roy has. A true gym rat. And this guy just wants to get better.
Abdul-Jabbar in the post, defended by Gasol. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Paul Gasol.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
At the line for 2.
And both free throws good for Abdul-Jabbar. And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. Now, he heaped praise on the defense. He said, the pressure's great. I love it. Keep making them make mistakes, guys. It's working. He thinks they're on the right track here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Outside Roy. Wembanyama passes to Gasol. Over Abdul-Jabbar. A nice shot by Gasol. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter.
And with Gasol, he feels comfortable shooting from any area of the court. If you give him space, he'll torch you.
And Kareem throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Wembanyama, a screen on Paul. Pass to Gasol. Over Abdul-Jabbar. No good from Gasol.
Give the defender credit. Willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Abdul-Jabbar looking over the floor. Good work there as it goes. Abdul-Jabbar's got 35 in the game.
For his sake, I hope they can come back. You hate to see the performance he's having be wasted in a loss.
Arenas with the screen for Roy. Pass to Wembanyama. That ball. Great assist by Brandon Roy. Roy's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Didn't get a 3 in the first half, but now he's on the board with his first triple of the game.
Drexler outside. To the middle. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. Makes it off the glass. 37 points here for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
Arenas dishes to Gasol. Pass to Wembanyama. They double team Wembanyama. Gasol kicks it over to Arenas. Here's the 3. The rebound by the Spurs. Izzel's got 5 rebounds tonight. Drexler outside. Now here is Abdul-Jabbar. Defended by Gasol. No good from Abdul-Jabbar. Kings leading now by 8. Pass to Arenas. Launches a 3. Drills it from outside. Arenas has got 14 points here in the second half.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And the Kings making a change here. Johnson's checked in. Gasol against Abdul-Jabbar. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That will be foul number 5 on him.
13.
Paul with the 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the rebound. Wembanyama's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Arenas. Gets the bucket and the foul. Oh, and so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. Levers checked in for Chris Paul. And that one misses. Spurs trail by 13. Here's Brown over Johnson. Brown, no good. Sacramento's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the 4th and been successful 3 times. Arenas against Lever. Abdul-Jabbar with the steal. Won by Roy. And the Kings pushing it up now. Arenas can't hit. Arenas against Lever. The 15-footer. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
It's Wembanyama at the elbow. That's good. It's Arenas with the assist. Arenas has got 4 assists in the game. And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for the Spurs. It's a 13-point game. Gasol pulls it in. The Kings shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Kings.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And, guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance, it was a big-time outing for Gilbert Arenas.
I think people could learn a lot from how versatile he was in this one. Whatever the situation was, he found a way to be a difference maker.
Gasol on the wing. Clock at 6. Back to Arenas from deep three-point land. From beyond the arc and then some. Arenas has got 36.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
17 seconds left in the game. Brown against Johnson. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a miss,